Right, post-game reaction coming up to what was a fantastic game at Anfield.
All right, well, we know what he said because he repeated it later, whether Jurgen Klopp wants to dive into it. And it was interesting, right? Because Jose Mourinho said flat out afterward, the best team lost. Tim, we'll start with you. Did the best team lose?
I think the best team lost. Tottenham were very good today. Styles make matchups, and Jurgen Klopp said there, the best way to beat Tottenham is to keep the ball because when it turns over, they can hurt you. And Tottenham said, go ahead, have the ball, 76% possession, and then as soon as it turns over, what do? We hit you on a break. They ended up having the better of the chances. But my God, Liverpool have the heart of a champion. They were fantastic. They kept knocking on the door, and not really surprised that at the end, they get the winner.
But the best team in a game like
I see why they say the best team lost, because Steven Bergwijn did let Tottenham down, but ultimately Liverpool controlled the game.
that has to take those chances, Tim.
Absolutely.
So to be the best team, you've got to take those chances. And they didn't. And a best team has to defend a set piece. And they didn't. So I can't agree with that. The best team lost? No. To enter the field, which is the most important part in the game of football, in critical moments, and listen, there's tiny margins, and he was right. They nearly won the game. If they would have taken the chance, the Bergwijn chance where he goes through, and they defend a set piece. That's twice now. The last 2 weeks, games, Liam, of Crystal Palace, a ball came in, set piece, they dropped points because of that. They've dropped a point today because of that, and they're not quite there yet. It looks like Spurs, in certain games, need more than one goal to get the win. So the last 2 games, they haven't. They got 1 point out.
And I'm not going to lie, Spurs' counter-attack definitely had me nervous.
6, based on some aerial challenges that they haven't defended very well. So they're close, and it was an incredible defensive rearguard display that we've seen before, but they're not quite secure enough to make it tight when they really, really need it.
I want to just touch on a small detail, because you brought it up a bunch today. The way that they set up, normally, Son is in that channel just behind Trent Alexander-Arnold, right?
Yeah.
That ended up being Bergwijn.
Yeah.
Both chances fell to him in that position. And you said there in the highlights, if those fall to Son, where he usually is, it's game over.
And there's just a couple of other little
I agree. If Son had those chances, it would have been game over for Liverpool.
things, Liam, that he changed. You know, Lo Celso played in the midfield in the second half. He didn't like that. Sissoko went back to being that guy in the middle to try and stop Firmino and Jones. It's a fascinating game.
So there are no perfect teams this season, or teams even close to perfect teams. And we heard the guys talking about during the broadcast, right? 100 points, 99 points. That was winning the league the last few years. Not going to be the case this year. Are we seeing, though, 2 teams separate themselves from the pack? Because it's still tight
Yeah, I do think Tottenham and Liverpool are the 2 best teams right now, but it's a long way to go. A lot can happen.
in that top half. Are you seeing these 2 teams as teams that will separate?
I'm not so sure about that. I think right now they're the best 2 teams. There's a long way to go. 24, 25 games to go. Man City will get better, I believe. Chelsea have had a little blip, but it's very, very tight up there. And I think we saw today, this game could have kind of gone either way. Liverpool got the great header from Roberto Firmino, but I don't think we're going to see these 2 go into the distance.
I'm not sure we're going to see anyone pull away. Where these 2 teams particularly are pulling away, certainly Liverpool is mentally. You know, they talked about it's a
Yeah, the fact that we've been there and done that definitely helps us.
down season. They have these injuries, and they just keep turning out results slowly. They're putting 2 teenagers on the field. They're getting results. And then Tottenham, look, they're pulling away simply because their manager almost always sets them up to succeed. And, okay, today the result didn't go their way, but they're going to be in a position to win most games they play.
And there's a tone set here, don't you think, by Jose Mourinho? Even in defeat. Even in defeat, I mean, defiant.
Yeah, defiant. He's a bad loser, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's Mourinho through and through. I wasn't surprised by anything he said.
That's kind of where that comes from. You know, but by saying the best team lost, you know, I don't agree with that. And there's been many times where he has been defensive, and they've nicked a goal, you know, a set piece or a counter-attack that he's won games. You deserve to win a game if you put the ball in the back of the net. Liverpool did it twice to Spurs has won.
All right, well, if the best team lost, then let's hear from some players from this.
Right, so that's the end of the post-game reaction. Unlucky Tottenham, you played your part. Son scored a good goal. The way they counter-attacked is exactly what the game plan was. But all in all, I thought Liverpool controlled the game. And, you know, the best team probably just won. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.